Greatness and roads are intertwined, in my opinion. Roads, there are many different roads. Not one road is the same. The road to greatness is also not one and the same as well. There's many ways to get to greatness. It could be a long road to greatness. It could be a short road to greatness. It could be a straight road to greatness, or you could have a bunch of twists and turns. Your road to greatness can be smooth as a new paved road, or your road to greatness could have a bunch of potholes and you got to fix that road yourself. But with this new series called Road to Greatness, we're going to see some athletes at many different points in their road to greatness. Some are just beginning that road. Some are right in the middle of their road to greatness. And some are coming near the end and might be going on a new road of greatness. And I hope you guys enjoy this series as much as I do. So without further ado, let's get into chapter 1. What is going on, YouTube? JustinDezzz back with another video. This is going to be my 2B-ish series, Road to Greatness. It's basically going to be any my player career that I want to do in any of the sports games. I guess in a way, because I personally don't think overall the my player storylines in sports games are great. 2K is the best one, but even then over the years it's gotten stale. But I figured I put a twist on my own, and I'm inspired to do Madden 20, to do one of the greatest, not just quarterbacks, but player that I ever had in Madden. Maybe finish up his career in this video, kind of see what happens and see if he can continue his road to greatness. But I gotta show you the stats first. But you've seen all the stats, like his Pro Bowls, his MVPs, but he's got the rings to show it. He's beaten Brady, blew him out by yearly awards. He's got one more conference championship ahead of Brady and one more Super Bowl. But they both lost one Super Bowl as well. But even with all the greatness that Dwight Barnes has had, a certified Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, some people are still questioning, he was just part of one of the greatest dynasties in sports history. They might think he's overrated. Well, let's take a look. So he does have a Hall of Fame head coach who's won 5 Super Bowls, roughly, and then I believe he had another coach win a couple. I could be wrong, but majority he's won with Jason Viarga, who's a Hall of Famer, considered to be one of the greatest coaches besides Belichick. It would be Belichick if he had his likeness and whatnot, but I would say he's the second best in reality. He still also has a Hall of Fame running back mate in DeMarcus Hayden, who is on the Dolphins with him still, who's helped him as well. But he came a little bit later than other guys. I mean, they also had Merrick before he got traded to the Eagles. I'm trying to think who else he's had. He's had a bunch of different running backs here and there, but really the mainstay is DeMarcus Hayden. He's been him and DeMarcus Hayden have been the backfield for the Dolphins for almost a decade now. So it kind of helps that he has a running back, but I mean, he's a 6-time Pro Bowler, 6-time 1,000-yard rusher, 2-time rushing title. So he's had a great running back to help him as well. But Antoine McKinnon was his number one target. The guy that has caught most of his career touchdown passes, which we will get to in a little bit later in the video. He won 7. I mean, he's won all of his championships with Antoine.
Antoine was a guy that the Dolphins got after the first year of Dwight Barnes. Because remember, Dwight Barnes was a second-round pick. He wasn't supposed to be the franchise guy, but after winning Rookie of the Year, the owner basically went all in, the GM went all in and said, let's go get him a number one receiver. And McKinnon is arguably one of the best wide receivers of all time. He's third all-time in receptions and fourth all-time in touchdowns and catches. So he has a top 5 wide receiver to help him. But he also had a great offensive line like Brian Dugan, Pro Bowl Hall of Fame level type of left tackle, and he has one again. So he's had 2 Hall of Fame level guys to protect his blind side in Mellow Peppers and Brian Dugan. That really, really helps a lot when it comes to the quarterback position. But the Dolphins weren't just only an offensive team. They had some studs on the defensive end, like Devon Woodward, who won 2 Super Bowls with the Dolphins and before he moved to the Broncos, and then he won 2 more with the Eagles. But he was a Hall of Famer, just an absolute stud on the defensive side of the ball. And then Thurman, he won his first couple of he only won his 3 Super Bowls with Dwight Barnes as well before he got traded to the Bucs. But it was an all-time defensive line with Hassan Cromartie, who almost won all of his Super Bowls with all of Dwight Barnes' Super Bowls he won with Cromartie. Had a great career. Frazier as well helped. So 2 Hall of Fame, without a doubt, defensive tackles. If we look at right ends, Steve Beasley, before he went to the Cowboys, was also there for a long time. I believe he was the first round. He was the pick before Dwight Barnes, so his fellow draft mate. So he's outplayed his fellow draft classmates as well. It's crazy to think. Of course, he had a shutdown corner in Will Stubber. Kind of I don't want to call him the Darrelle Revis of the dynasty, but he was basically the shutdown corner, the guy that no one really threw the ball to. Just his stats may have not he could have been a lot better than he was, just no one really threw him the ball. And then he also played with Fisher as well, who's a division rival, but he also hasn't lived up to expectations as well. So hopefully he retires in a year or 2, but I'm hoping he gets, it's highly doubtful that he's going to get 83,000, but he's currently sitting at 66,322 yards, which is still top 10. In terms of passing touchdowns, he is right there. I only played week 1 to get used to it. He threw 3 touchdowns, so he basically just completely topped over Tom Brady for second all time. He's probably going to get that record this season without a doubt. Maybe the first game that we play. But we'll see. And that's really it, honestly. So he is rocking a newer look. He's also wearing the Air Jordans, but he's been in the league for 15 years. Absolutely killing it. He's been a captain for basically his rookie year. So he's been a captain for 15 years of this Dolphins team. He is just probably the bright face of the NFL for many years. He's still the 15th best, which is not bad for a 37-year-old. He did have better speed, but obviously with age, his speed's not great. But man, he still has a cannon, especially that short accuracy, the deep accuracy is more impressive, honestly. He does have a rookie coach, and the Dolphins, they haven't been really relevant. They've missed the playoffs the last 2-3-ish years. So, Dwight's trying to end his career kind of on a high note. He was used to making the playoffs every year, kind of contending Super Bowl runs. So, the last 2-3 years, he's a little frustrated. Come on, I want to keep going. I want to win one more Super Bowl before I head out and break records. But he does have Kenya Payne as his backup, and also William from Ohio State. We obviously stated before, DeMarcus Hayden, who's actually hurt. His running back mate is not there, so he's going to have to rock with Carlos Hooks and Jeffries. Wide receivers, our top guy, Cameron, he's down. So Jalen, the young guy from LSU, Darnell Kraft is also hurt. Marco McGriff. So he's really working with young guys. He's working with 23, 24, 23 into rookies as well. So he's really, Cameron's not the greatest wide receiver he's had. A lot of his wide receivers have left due to the Dolphins can't affording him or, cap reasons and whatnot. So I think the last couple of years definitely missed Cromartie. He hasn't had the greatest wide receivers to play with, but, he's made it work. Tight end Richie Holloway from Penn State. Other than that, not the greatest tight end room, but he still has his blindside man, Mello Peppers, the future Hall of Famer. That really helps, honestly. His offensive line's not that great because due to them paying a lot of guys, and they had to trade a couple of guys in the offseason in order to get some cap, so then they can sign some solid linemen. But Ian Tatum, they traded for him. Mason Walter, they traded for as well. And Lyle Woolfolk, they traded for as well. Defense isn't that great with Sidney Steed, Orlando Strong. They drafted JT Verney, Carlos Kyle, Rashad Broyles. This defense is kind of young compared to, the rest of the team. They're a little bit more inexperienced. Their leader, Willie Combs, did get hurt. The Dolphins are kind of banged up after one game this year. But Glenn McQueen is holding it down for Michigan. Jazir Zimmerman and DeAndre Simmons holding it down. And Chad Bishop, who's one of the better corners in the league, is down, but then they drafted Sheldon Starling, Jameson McIntosh, Middlebrooks, Justin Harris, who has been a stud for them since they drafted their best player overall on this team, Shaq Dukes, Charlie Myers, who's been the kicker forever. He's been the kicker basically since he started. He was I believe he was undrafted, but I could be wrong. But really, Charlie Myers is one of the he went undrafted, and he's a Pro Bowler, but he's been with the team since 2025. So he's one of the few familiar faces that Dwight Barnes has. But let's get into the game. We're only going to do offense since it's only Dwight Barnes, so whatever happens with this team happens. All right, we're only going to show the first drive, but we're going to somewhat show you what happens. Not entirely, but if you want to look at X Factor, he's running gun, last ditch, bulldozer, homer. So it just depends, but as he's going to show off the wheels, and he fumbled. I forget they don't dive in this, so not a great start for the old buck. All right, so we're in the red zone. I figured I would show you guys possibly so he can get touchdown 696. I don't know. And that's going to be, So he's 3 for 3, well now 3 for 4 with 63 yards and an intentional grounding. They did score off of the fumble, so. But he's working. This is probably his worst receiving core that he's had in a very, very long time. Decades long. Again, it also helps that, he's had a top 5 wide receiver to be his QB1 forever. Wide receiver 1. So that really helps. But, he's also here and there had some different guys help him out. And is he going to get it? He is going to get the touchdown. Let's go. All right, so I was right. So it was 595. So now he has 596. So that's fun. Yeah, and yep, they're going to show, the rookie class. this and that. Not the greatest, clearly. They've also traded a lot of draft capital to help him get young talent over the years. So they've kind of been basically all Dwight Barnes all in. Sort of like Tom Brady. I don't know why he's 6 for 6. I mean, I guess that penalty doesn't really count, but we're going to dump it down. Oh, the great spin move. This is on Man 20 for those who do not know. One of the inspirations to kind of finish this off was me and my younger brother were kind of talking about who were the greatest sports athletes that we ever had. And I said Dwight Barnes, and I put up stats, and I'm like, he's still playing because his guy was finished long time ago. But I figured, well, might as well finish his career off so then I can actually have a final number and say, okay, this is his stats. Where does he rank? And as he's 9 for 9, he's just totally locked in. Pro's pro. We could run the ball, but I don't really trust our running backs. We don't have DeMarcus in. Oh, look at the elusiveness. Oh my God, he's so old and he coughs up the football, and that's going to be a touchdown more than likely. Unless Jeffries can get him. DK Metcalf style. Oh, the great trip. So we're trying to get touchdown 597 of all time. He did fumble it. I forget. He's not young like he used to be, where he could just, scramble in that. Plus, I think in Madden 20 they didn't have the slide button, or I didn't know it because I tried to slide and nothing happens. But you're probably wondering, oh, why are you doing Dwight Barnes? Because I'm going to be honest, this is not the last we're going to see of him. He's going to be in a future series. I don't know what, but he's going to be in a future series. So I figured, why not introduce him as the player so you get used to him? Because when he comes back, it's going to be a different Dwight. But it's 3rd and 7. Maybe we can get it. Maybe we don't. We'll see. As this O-line is just dog water. The dot. Touchdown 597. What a way with the rookie, too. That's an absolute dot. Let's see it again. Just the toe drag. Just beautiful execution. All right, I'm going to show it. We're in the red zone. I want to see how we do. 598, and we get the tie. And just like that, 599. McGill is having himself a hell of a day. Slants, just absolutely cooked him. Honestly, Dwight Barnes, bro, he doesn't need it. He doesn't need the best wide receivers in the game. And yeah, I'm literally throwing the entire game because, one, this is Dwight Barnes. Oh, that's great pressure. This is Dwight Barnes' road to greatness, not the running back's road to greatness. But we will probably hand it off here. But it would be really dope if Dwight Barnes kind of led in his 15th year the NFL in passing yards as well, because he is after week 1. I mean, he has been litty. And I'm pretty sure this is on All Madden, like the second highest level on Madden. And, you can judge me whatever you want, but I played Madden 20 for literally 2 years, so I basically know how to beat this video game at this point. Is anyone going to get open? Nah, he didn't get it. And for context, Dwight Barnes does have the most passing yards in a game as well, multiple times. So he's used to it. He's used to slinging the ball. Oh, We got him beat. That's a pick. Oh, come on. Not the greatest. I mean, I'm surprised he still has an arm. It's literally the medium accuracy that he's still like kind of dog water. Oh, what great blocking. I don't miss Madden 20 juke moves, man. They are just dog water. I do not miss it whatsoever. But yeah, no matter, like, even on all Madden, I kind of dominated because I literally played this for 2 whole years. So like, yeah, I'm gonna know how to beat the computer when I beat the computer for like 2 straight years, countless hours. So regardless of what settings and everything, like, all right, yeah, we're gonna take that. Not the greatest. I mean, I'm surprised he still has an arm. It's literally the medium accuracy that he's still like kind of dog water. Oh, what great blocking. I don't miss Madden 20 juke moves, man. They are just dog water. I do not miss it whatsoever. But yeah, no matter, like, even on all Madden, I kind of dominated because I literally played this for 2 whole years. So like, yeah, I'm gonna know how to beat the computer when I beat the computer for like 2 straight years, countless hours. So regardless of what settings and everything, like, all right, yeah, we're gonna take that. Third down, we're basically in the red zone. Let's see what Dwight Barnes can do. Beautiful dunk. Is he going to give us the first? Give us the first. Yes, sir. Gave us the first. Not a big fan of that. Yeah, we're going to do that one. Block you. Dot. Let's go. $5.99. Now, I don't think he should have been as wide open as he was, but you know what? I'm going to take it. Plus, I mean, look at that. Throw on the run from a 37-year-old. Just, you'll love to see it, bro. I mean, checking his stats, 492 yards and 5 touchdowns. We got the 1-point dub. The defense is absolutely terrible, so it's probably going to be shootouts for the next couple of games in this episode. Checking out his stats before week 3. He is leading the NFL with 826 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 0 picks. Absolute, and I mean, he's been sacked 3 times as well. So, I mean, not bad for the old buck. And we're going to look at NFL records. Slowly, he is creeping up. He did just pass Baker Mayfield. I mean, I think he's been past Baker Mayfield, but he's slowly creeping up on Matt Ryan. Hopefully this year he passes Matt Ryan. But we'll see. And then passing TDs, he just needs 2 to break it. So we're definitely going to play this game, and then we're probably going to sim the rest of the year. So we are facing the Jets, my twin brother's favorite team. Second home game of the year, excuse me. But, you know, we have 600 career passing touchdowns. You know, is he going to break it? More than likely he is. It's just, when is he going to break it? And I know you guys are probably seeing in the chat, like, oh, all you do is run slants. It's slants this. For those who have not watched my Twitch streams about Madden, I've considered myself the slant god, even though I've thrown many picks in the slants. But I'm slant god. And I get it's one of the glitchier plays and with the computer and whatnot. But listen, I'm still going to call myself slant god. I live and die by the slants. Even when my buddies can cover well in Madden Online, I will still live and die by the slants. That's how I get wide receivers good. It's one of the most unguardable plays in football. I think one of the routes because it's just so simple, but we are just going to do this first drive or so, depending on if he gets the touchdown or not. But yeah, we're one of the best offenses in the league. Defensively, we are not. So basically, it's probably going to be a shootout. But ultimately, the goal of Chapter 1 is to see if Dwight Barnes can win another title as McGill, and if he can maybe add a couple of awards before he retires, maybe maybe another MVP, maybe another Pro Bowl notch, maybe a couple passing leader, passing touchdown. I mean, look at those injuries. Now we will get obviously our number one, our top two of our top three defensive guys back, and I think DeMarcus Hayden's going to help as well, and our wide receiver one as well. But I think so far we're not doing too shabby. As I say that, one of our guys is hurt. I honestly do not miss the Madden 20 injuries. It is wild. 600? 600? Oh! 601, my bad. He already has 600. Yeah, stop being I don't want to say a bitch, but yeah, stop being a bitch. Dwight Barnes. Man, I should have thrown it out. Funny, I was trying to decide, and then that was just funny, honestly. I also forget this is the first year of the Jets' new unis as well. I dig them. I still dig them. We're back. I had to put new batteries in my controller, so that's why I hit pause at the end, because I knew it was going to happen. But it's still 0-0. They're both, I think it's the battle of two. If I remember correctly, they're both 2-0. Honestly, I'm not paying attention to records. I'm kind of just all eyes on the Dwight Barnes to Super Bowl campaign to add his Hall of Fame legacy campaign, not the, hey, are we nice? Oh my God. Because that's not my biggest concern. Obviously, this is all about Dwight Barnes, so. But it would be very, very nice for him to get another Super Bowl, at least another playoff appearance, honestly. But I get it. The franchise is in odd shambles. He is in the last year of his deal. He wants $24 million. Oh, the dot. Let's go. Gonna run no huddle. The famous Miami Dolphins no huddle. Oh, get sacked. What better way to break the record than at home against a divisional rival and against my brother's favorite team, the New York Jets? What a dime. My God. And that was the running back too. I'm more impressed with honestly the catch more than the throw. Like Dwight Barnes, he's a pro's pro, but like that's the second year running back who did that. 6-0-1. He has tied it with 2:21 left in the half. Let's see if he can go on a magical drive to history. It was beautiful. It was magical. 2-minute warning. as it's 1st and 10. Dolphins venue, not even Dolphins Stadium, which I kind of dig that it's not. Oh, the dot. Oh. And random guys like, yes, that is a grab. I'm digging the white cleats and the booth review. It's upheld. Yep. Give it to us. I honestly don't mind the Madden 20 score thing. It's kind of dope to me. But he has still not thrown a pick, which is insane. 'Cause I've thrown a lot of picks in my days. But Dwight Barnes is known for being the very improviser that he is. Very, I would say Patrick Mahomes-esque. Like, backyard football, play breaks down, he extends the play a little bit. Maybe when he shouldn't, but he still does. Honestly, he's just a pro's pro, man. And it's going to be interesting what he does with the next phase of his career. Who's going to grab? We call timeout. But the question is, all of his Hall of Fame teammates are here. The ones that we showed earlier in the video, they're in attendance somewhere. They're in the press box. But who's going to catch lucky? Number 602. Because Mike Gesicki, the current Dolphins tight end, caught touchdown pass number 1. Oh, come on, bro. It was right there. 4th and goal. I say we go for it. This is what NFL fans want. Number 602 to put his name in the record books. Oh, no. All right. He didn't get it. Yo, his first pick. Wow. All right. They only got 3. Thank God. Like, just tight windows. Pause, but, not a lot of quarterbacks can do that. And especially, he's 15 years in the league. He's 37. He's been playing longer than some of these guys have been alive. Well, maybe not been alive, but he's playing against guys that literally were kids when he first started out, which is wild. Oh my God, he straight up Nelson Aguilar'd it. Just dropped it. I highly doubt when we sim they're going to throw as much with Dwight Barnes, but I hope they do. Not as much, because I think we only ran the ball like once or twice. But, yeah, he's probably not going to be throwing 30, 40 times a game when we sim it. So that's why I'm also boosting his stats, so he could possibly get higher in terms of. But, but I'm also making sure he has a comfortable lead, so if something does happen, like injury or he doesn't throw the ball as much, he's comfortable in the top 5, 10-ish area. Oh, no. Again, not the greatest throws. Yeah, he wasn't even part of the rookie class. Like, most of the rookies that are playing now, we signed in, like, preseason. Or off the practice squad from preseason. McGill. Oh, come on, son. All right, I think we're going to run it. Be different. Run it in. Oh, we're so close. All right. This is it. 602. He did it. And what are the odds a rookie catches it? Mike Gesicki or Gesicki caught touchdown pass number 1. There has been many, many more who have caught touchdown passes from him. But McGill catches 602, the record-breaking one. The one that's probably going to Canton, Ohio. The one that puts him on top as the touchdown king. All right, so we do lose in overtime to the Jets, but, we broke the record. That's all that matters. I mean, winning was important as well, but, we got a record, which is huge. There he is, 602. He's the king. I don't think there's anyone going to be even close to catching him. Maybe Robbins. But that's really it. So technically, Patrick Mahomes is going to be the closest. But he's also a lot older. I mean, he's on the Redskins now. The football team, now the Commanders. That's crazy. So Patrick Mahomes, but in terms of young, just look at the quarterbacks. Bishop, no, Wes Anderson. We played him in so many Super Bowls, 2 or 3 Super Bowls with the Vikings. He only has 401. Houston James, I didn't realize he was there for that long. Robbins, who we played in by we I mean Barnes. Barnes is played Robbins is Peyton Manning to Dwight Barnes is via Tom Brady. They clash so many times in the playoffs. It's insane. So and Robbins is the next youngest guy because Mahomes is, I don't think, going to be there for that long. So there's that. And then Houston James maybe, but I mean besides that, it's just been really no one special, honestly. So before we sim halfway through the year, he has 1,505 yards, 109 of 155, 70% completion percentage. He's been sacked a lot more since the sim. 14 touchdowns, 3 picks. I think rushing-wise, he has no rushing touchdowns. Oh, he has 1. I think that was because when I played week 1. We are 3-5, not the greatest. We just took a L to the Pats. He has kind of slowed down a little bit, this offense. Mr. Kenya Payne has -2 yards. But he's only thrown 3 touchdowns since. Really he's been sacked 7 more times. 2,148 yards rushing. Has he added anything? No, he has not. But DeMarcus Hayden is back. All right. So to show the stats, he he did pretty well. He got sacked 41 times, which is a lot. But 3,873 yards, 29 touchdowns, 4 picks. He did add 1 more rushing touchdown to the total. And Dwight Barnes was just 100. I mean, not Dwight Barnes. DeMarcus Hayden was just 100 yards short of 1,000 yards as well. 22 broken tackles. That's a lot. But not weekly, yearly. I want to do yearly. Yearly awards. Did he finish at all? No, he did not. Not top 10, nothing. AFC, Chris Robbins got it. He finished 5th in that Offensive Player of the Year. Best quarterback. He's 3rd. But we're 10-6, and we made the playoffs. So let's sim and see if we win. We did. Now, can we beat the Patriots? Let's find out. We lost. So we're going to sim to the Pro Bowl. See what happens. If Dwight comes back for another year. If he does, I don't think we're going to touch him at all. We're just going to sim. Yeah, Taylor Bennett, I don't miss your messages. It is 2035, I forgot to mention. But Pro Bowlers? Did he make it? He did! Let's go! He made a Pro Bowl. Probably because the Patriots guy did not get in. Anyone else that we know? Mellow Peppers, he adds to his legacy. All right, shout out to him. So we're going to double check. I forget Madden 20 is very terrible about telling us, who retired and whatnot. Anyone that we know. Seals, who was Dwight's center for a couple of years, is retired. Corey Newsome, I'm pretty sure he caught a couple of balls with Dwight Barnes as well. Michael Frazier. Mahomes finally. So the guy who was closest to Dwight Barnes is he's done. He's retired. So really Dwight might actually hold on to that record for a long, long time. Let's see. Anyone else? Mayfield retires. Heath Sanders. I want to do is retired. All right. So let's double check. I'm pretty sure I saw another guy that Dwight played with. Mike Vrabel retires. Thomas Peter retires. Nagy retires. Peterson retires. And Adam Gates. Oh, geez. So after 1 year of basically in this storyline, Dwight Barnes is now... He's 7th all-time in passing yards, roughly under 70,000. He has 69,861. Nice. Passing touchdowns, Mahomes was the closest, but he retired, so that means Barnes is going to remain supreme, hopefully, for a good amount of time. Robbins is the closest guy. Most close active guy, and he's at 513, but he doesn't have as much time as well because him and Barnes were roughly drafted a year or two apart from each other. So we are rocking with an 83 overall, 85 defense, and the offense is not that good, but Dwight Barnes is he's a 78. Roughly, he was like a 71 when I drafted him, so this was roughly like his second-ish year when I got him overall. He dropped from 15th best ranked to 22nd. The deep accuracy still not there, but I mean, his throw on the run went down a little bit, his short accuracy, but honestly, I don't know when he's going to retire. We are 4-3 heading into the halfway point of the year. Let's check stats. He is kind of on the decline a little bit. He's been sacked 21 times. Holy shnikes. 1,660 yards. 14 touchdowns, 2 picks. He does have 3 rushing touchdowns. Dwight Barnes, it's been average. We are trying to get him for $22 million. Will he take it? Yes, he will. All right. And now the big thing is we got to sign his buddy, Mello. So we did not make it to the playoffs. We went 5-10-1, but Dwight Barnes had 4,008 yards, 29 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He got sacked 48 times, which is a lot. He added 4 more rushing touchdowns on his notch, and he played 1,011 downs in 16 games. DeMarcus Hayden added another 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns to his campaign, a Hall of Fame career as well. Barnes got some MVP votes. He was 6th. Lions are 14-2. My God. AFC, he did win Offensive Player of the Year. He added another one to his notch. No, he didn't win an offensive. And he finished 3rd in Best Quarterback. All right, so no Pro Bowl for Dwight Barnes, Pro Bowl for his teammates DeMarcus Hayden and Mellow Peppers. But let's see if he has retired. Stokes caught a couple of balls for a couple of years for Dwight. Has retired. Ellis Tab, no. Cedric Simeon, who's a right tackle for him for many years, also retired. Chris Robbins retires after 16 years. So the one active guy that he gets retires. Oh my goodness, Mellow Peppers retires. After 12 years, DeMarcus Hayden retires and Dwight Barnes retires. After 17 years. Wow, that is crazy. That is wild. They all basically retire all at once. Dwight Barnes, we did not in this chapter 1 give him the Super Bowl run, the one last Super Bowl run. In 2 seasons, he did make 1 playoff appearance. He did make another Pro Bowl. He did win another Best QB and another Offensive Player of the Year. But he is clearly the GOAT in terms of quarterbacks. DeMarcus Hayden, I think he finished top 10 in all time in rushing touchdowns, and then his one of the best tackles in the game, Mellow Peppers. He had a great career, 17-year career. Just insane, honestly. Checking out career stats for Mr. Dwight Barnes, he does not finish the best. Drew Brees really slang the ball. He slung the ball a lot. But he finished with 73,896 yards, which is 4th all time. He really broke the touchdown record with 648 as well. And rushing touchdowns, DeMarcus Hayden, he finished 8th all time. We could look at seasons. Dwight Barnes had the greatest passing yard season with 581. Really, no one else really touched him. Passing touchdowns, he's tied it twice with 56 back-to-back years, then 52. So, and then 47 as well. So he's just phenomenal. It's just incredible. And most passing yards in a game, 622. Passing touchdowns in a game, I believe. No, he has never done that. That is wild. But DeMarcus Hayden has with 287. Look at that. That is wild. He has been the Dolphins quarterback for 17 years. That for the future, all they have right now, we don't know what they're going to do. But they have 14 career passes and 1 touchdown together. That is nuts. I mean, you thought the Patriots, replacing Tom Brady was bad. In this, the Dolphins have to replace 3 Hall of Famers, especially the quarterback, the left tackle, Mellow Peppers, and then DeMarcus Hayden, a Hall of Fame running back. But I will say, I had a lot of fun making this. This was completely different than what I was used to. I'm really excited about the next Road to Greatness chapter. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and drop a like on this video. And, like I said before, Dwight Barnes, he hung up his cleats, but I have a feeling we're going to see him again on this channel, but in a different role. But until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Peace.